All right. So on this one, for each figure below, determine by the markings if there's a pair of congruent triangles. If there is, name the congruence and give the property. So this one requires us to kind of come back over here to our sketch pad and look at some notes on triangle measures. And I'm going to turn off the mirroring now. And I'm going to pick a slightly less intense color there. So we're starting, and I can even show you the drop down. We have 4 different things to look at on this one as far as the property that we can choose. So let's take a look at them real quick. I'm going to draw a triangle. Boom, boom, boom. So here's my triangle. And I can use what's called side, angle, side, 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 angle, angle, side, or angle, side, angle. So what this means is I have 2 triangles, and I want to show that one triangle is congruent to the other, like this. So I just copied and pasted these, so we definitely know they are congruent to each other. But what we don't want to do is we never want to trust the diagram. Whether or not they look congruent, all of these look congruent to each other, but we want to be able to trust the given information. So that's very important. Make sure you're paying attention to what you were given. So for side, angle, side, and we call that SAS, side, angle, side, we want to show that 2 sides of one triangle are congruent to 2 sides of another triangle, and their included angle. Included. What that means is in between the 2 sides. It can't just be a random angle. So I have side and side. So I have these 2 sides congruent to each other, and then I'm going to go with these 2 sides congruent to each other. And then we have to show the angle in between these 2 sides. So like the angle that creates the 2 sides. It couldn't be this angle over here because this doesn't say side, angle, side. Like this, side, angle, side. This says side, side, angle, and if you notice that spells a bad word, we don't want to spell a bad word on that one. So no curse words here. So we want it to be this idea where it's side, angle, side. Side, angle, side. These 2 are congruent by that property. We don't have to go through and prove all 3 angles are congruent and all 3 sides are congruent like we did on that last one. If we can just prove that 2 sides are congruent and their included angles are congruent, then they are. The other piece we have, and I'll do this in different colors here as we go, so I'll try green. We have side, side, side. So this sounds, just like it hopefully sounds to you. We have side, 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 and then I'm going to show that the sides are congruent. I know I'm doing a lot of tick marks here, so follow the colors also as you go. Sorry about that. I know there's not 4 tick marks here. Well, technically there are, but I was going with just the green here. So we're showing that all 3 sides of one triangle are congruent to all 3 sides of another triangle. So we can literally go side, 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 side. So these are congruent triangles using that theorem. Then I'll go in light blue here, I guess. We have angle, angle, side. So we can use that one. We can't use angle, side, side. Again, curse word, don't do that one. But you can do angle, angle, side. So with this one, what we want to look at, we have angle, angle, side. And this is 2 angles of one triangle are congruent to 2 angles of another triangle. And it's a non-included side. So it's a side that's not in between the 2 angles. Because it's, if you notice, we're kind of following the pattern here. This is in between, so it's included. This S is not in between the 2 angles, so it's not included. So we have angle, angle, side, like that. So I can go angle, angle, and then the next side. Or I could have gone backwards and gone angle, angle, side. So it could have also been this one. So I can go angle, angle, side. Angle, angle, side. Okay? So we're kind of reading it that same way. And then the last one, which I guess I will do in pink here, is this angle, side, angle. So we have angle, side, angle. And this is very similar to side angle side, but this guy is the included one. The side is included. So this does mean that we have an angle or a side in between the two angles instead of it being after. So this one I could go angle, angle, side, like that. So it'd be angle, side, angle, which we can actually already see that from some of the other pieces that we have there, but I'm looking at just the pink ones. So we have angle, side, angle. Oops, angle, side, angle. So, and I know that diagram is getting very, very busy there. I started to fill it in. I should have used 4 different pairs there to show the 4 different pieces. But as we work around, we're just looking for one of these properties. And I know I have these on the notes pages, definitely much more separated out than this. I was just trying to get them all to fit on this one screen instead of me having to copy and paste it 4 times. So as we go through and we're looking at this, we're just going to match them up. So this one I have side, angle, side. That's definitely one of our pieces, but I need to make sure that matches on the other one. So this one I have side, side, angle. Uh-oh. And if we do that angle, side, side, that's that curse word. We don't want that guy, so no, not necessarily. We're not saying they're not congruent, but with the given information, I can't prove it. That's all I'm saying, not necessarily. So here we have angle, side, angle, angle, side, angle. So this one does work by angle, side, angle. And I want to actually put these pieces in. So I have A is congruent to D. So I'm going to put these in corresponding order. B is congruent to E. So I'm just reading this A to D, B to E. C would have to be congruent to this F over here. And again, I can even map it and go A, B, C. So I went 1 arc to 2 arcs to no arc. And I can go D, E, F, 1 arc to 2 arcs to no arc. So I can kind of use those markings to help me map this a little bit. Again, this matters. I can't put these out of order or it will mark me wrong. So this order matters. The segment order doesn't always matter as much when you're just doing segment to segment. I think it matters just to practice that idea, but this congruency matters because we have to have them in corresponding order. All right. So down here I have side, angle, side, side, angle, side. So these are congruent by side, angle, side. So we have the pieces there. Now we need to make sure we match it up. So I have G to J and then H to K. So I have no marking, no marking. K and H have no marking, but so do I and L. So be careful with that. We want to make sure that we're matching them up correctly. But I can see I'm going from 1 arc across the tick mark, 1 arc across the tick mark. So I and L are going to match up. And H and K are going to match up. So again, I'm just using those kind of markings to help me map that. G to H, it goes from 1 arc over across the 2. And so I'm going to go 1 arc across the 2 tick marks to K. So sometimes that can be a little bit funky when you're figuring that out. Oh, that should be L, sorry. I to L. I to L. Okay, let's go ahead and check. Perfect. Okay.